Hi, welcome to the Major League Baseball show at the Daily Line. I'm Jarvis. This is Greg. Getting into the American League today. We've got two segments, American League and National League, so make sure you check out both videos if you're interested in betting. 15 games to look at, starting things off with the Angels playing at Kansas City. We've got Bannister on the mound. This is his first a home game since beating Boston last week, extending his personal win streak to 3 games. He hung around for 6 innings last week at Fenway to notch his first ever win in that park. And that was a big win for him against a Boston team who really is just knocking the ball around. They're second in the major leagues in home runs.
They on a 4-game series, they were able to win 2 of them, Jarvis. Pretty impressive for a team that has a payroll that's probably less than the entire pitching staff.
Yeah,
of
it's
the Red
surprising
Sox.
what Kansas City's doing. They're not leading the majors in average anymore, but they've Bannister's given up 1 home run in each of his starts. LA is 8th in home runs in the league. They've got 56, so there's a bit of a concern there, but they just want to get Bannister to have a solid 6 innings. That's the target they're looking for with Bannister, and I think he can get that against the Angels today.
I agree, too, and you've got to remember the Angels have lost their number 1 power hitter. Sometimes after a key injury, the team will suck it up and they win one for the Gipper, so to
They
speak.
did. Yeah, they won 7-1 yesterday.
Yeah, so now, I expect their bats to be a little quieter today, too, Jarvis.
I agree. We've got LA 7-1 win yesterday, but they're still just 10-14 on the road this year. They've had trouble away from home. They definitely had trouble against non-divisional teams as well. LA has only won back-to-back road games twice in the month of May. You look at the teams they beat back-to-back. They played Seattle, and they played the Chicago White Sox. Seattle, last in the West. White Sox, 3rd in the Central, but Kansas City is 4th, so they kind of fall into that bad team category. I like the way this one sets up, though, Greg. I've got an official play on this game staying under 5 runs through the first 5 innings. I like Bannister to have a strong home start. Also think we'll get a solid pitching from Pinero.
Yeah, I agree, Jarvis. I bet this game this morning, and I laid $1.05, so the juice was very reasonable. And 5 is a lot better number than 4.5 when you're playing under in the first 5 innings. So
let's look at Cleveland, Detroit, Greg. Speaking of last place teams, Cleveland is rock bottom in the West. Or the Central. Sorry, that's obviously we're going to finish the season. I'd say Detroit laying 172 today. Total 9 under 20. Westbrook's on the mound against Bonderman.
Yeah, this situation here, the Indians hitters in the last 14 games, they're batting .233. That's part of their problem. So they're not hitting well. There's really a good system on this, too. If you take the home team and you play them under the total, Jarvis, when the over-under is between 8.5 and 10 runs, if they're on a good fielding streak, they've gone 10 games with 1 or less errors per game, and they're playing against an opponent after 2 straight games where they stranded 5 or less runners per game. A long story short here, it's plus 46.5 units the last 5 years when you're playing the under. Don't know who the umpire is yet. It's 9, I see, under 20, under $1.15. An opinion on this game to go under 9 runs.
Cleveland ended a 10-game losing streak against the Tigers with that 7-4 win yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how tonight plays out. Tampa Bay and Toronto. We've got the Rays laying 146. Jays were in control last night against Tampa Bay, but they still made it close at the end. Got some solid pitching. Finally, Greg came around, and the defense was solid for Toronto. We got a total of 9 over 20, Greg. Jays are leading the home runs with 89 home runs. Second place is Boston. They're 20 back.
Yeah, it's amazing. Toronto have really been hitting the ball well. Tampa Bay, if you recall, a few weeks back, they were number 1 in the American League in run production. That's dropped significantly. There is a good system here, Jarvis. 15 overs, 43 unders. When playing the under 74% going back a few years. The problem I have with the under in this game, even though it's even money, is the home plate umpire is a over umpire. So just a small lean.
Well,
to the
there's
under
also
in
the
this.
big story of this game is that Billy Talent is back in the rotation. He was gone for 6 weeks for Toronto on the disabled list. Sorry, pardon me, just learned to talk this morning. He's back for his first start. He had 1 rehab assignment. So far against Tampa Bay in his career, he's 2-1, but he's got a 6.03 ERA. Nice to have a big lefty back. You don't exactly know how he's going to perform.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen there exactly.
Keep posted, though. We'll see if we can get umpire information and post it.
Yeah, that will come up maybe 45 minutes to an hour before.
Definitely. Okay, last game, we'll look at Minnesota-Seattle. I had a play on that one yesterday. I liked Minnesota, but went with the over. Either way, it worked out. We had a 5-4 win for the Twins yesterday. They are just continuing to roll. They got a 5-game win streak going. Nick Blackburn's on the hill today. He's 6-1, including a 5-game personal win streak for himself. It's going to be tough for Seattle tonight.
Yeah, I agree, Jarvis. Thought the total should be a half a run lower than it is. Good system on the over. It's plus 41.5 units. Going back 5 seasons, an opinion on this game over the total.
Recapping my play, you guys, today had LA Angels and Kansas City like the under 5 through the first 5 innings. You're just laying 105, small juice. That one you can put in your pocket, hopefully bank one tonight. Stick around. If you'd like to hear some National League plays, we've got some great info for you. Greg has a play, good systems. We're going to run the bases when we come back. We'll see you in just a bit.